Again?
Who? You.
The Niners.
No, it's a dub, bro.
Okay, so are they going to lose again?
Can you explain to me this going to Philadelphia first? Here's why I say going against Philadelphia. The thing with the Philadelphia Eagles is the offense is not always firing on all cylinders. A.J. Brown, you got to know that Steve Wilkes is going to try to take away A.J. Brown, but also, too, Brian Johnson, love him.
Right.
University of Utah, play quarterback. I just don't think that he's figured out everything on how and why. And Dallas Goedert is not around.
Right. Okay.
So that's the thing I'm worried about, and this pressure of this defense.
So what about the Ravens? Because they don't got Mark Andrews.
They don't have Mark Andrews, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna pick that one.
Oh, you a fool.
Oh, come on.
Well, no, don't tell you. Can't just I could. Hey, bro.
There you go. There you go. That's it. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you why. Go on. I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell me why.
Look, at the end of the game, hold on. This one's gonna be tough. It's tough to go to Philly across the country and win. I'll say that. But this one here, they're not gonna need much else. Let's get to the promo, man.
I mean, you almost had
Rams.
them running the table, but now you don't have them running the table.
No, I changed that. Look, Seattle.
Hey,
Cowboys.
this is good. Next Thursday, Hawks, Cowboys.
Oh,
Dallas finally gets a game going up in weight class. Maybe.
I'm
It's at home, though.
Prime
It's at
Video
home.
next Thursday.
I'm in Dallas next Thursday.
It's at home, though.
Coming up next, do the Jaguars get a sweep with the Texans?
Wait, relax. See, now y'all getting too far. Now you got the Niners winning everything, and then the Jaguars getting swept? Come on now. Let's go. And Trevor, we trust.
Doors can take us to new adventures and long-term goals. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors by helping you create a comprehensive wealth plan with the right balance of risk and reward. Doors were meant to be opened.
Hey, deal lovers.
Coming in.
Here's something new.
Having good taste shouldn't cost you a good deal. And in this hut, $7 gets you both.
The all-new $7 deal lovers menu at Pizza Hut.
Because it's only a deal if you love it.
I'm coming in hot.
The biggest sale of the year? Shorts, pants, and it's all 80% off? I need these.
Again? The door is right here.
It's Fabletic's biggest sale of the year. Get 80% off everything in-store and online.
Whatever your transportation needs, the Cargo e-bike from Lectric is ready to take on the adventure with you. The Lectric Expedition offers 1,300 watts of peak motor power and a dual battery option to take on steep hills while still carrying 450 pounds. This e-bike is in it for the long haul and can cover up to 150 miles on a single charge. Learn more at lectricebikes.com and come ride with us.
How you holding up? Nothing wrong with getting help.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
Now you need my help.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Sunday at 9, Max Crosby and Terrell Suggs meet up in the film room.
Never let one guy block you. You better show up and play.
And we preview the huge Jags-Texans showdown.
The game of the weekend.
NFL Game Day morning, Sunday at 9 on NFL Network.
Dive into win reality and get to your next level fast. Experience unlimited at-bats for more than 600 pitchers, training for all game situations, head-to-head action with friends, and expert coaching to master your timing. So when your moment comes, you'll be ready.
At Grainger, we know dealing with the unexpected is part of your job description. And you made a promise to keep the line running, to power through the downpour, to be the one who always gets it done. And our promise is to help you do it with professional-grade supplies for every industry, plus same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. Because you can't predict the future, but with the right partner, you can be prepared for it. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Get your game day started Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern with NFL Game Day Morning.
Right up the gut. Touchdown, Eagles.
Philly made a statement when they took down the champs in Kansas City on Monday night. Are the Eagles now the clear-cut favorites to win it all? On the other side of the Keystone State, the Steelers' offense is looking like, well, the Keystone Comp.
Kenny Pickett gets drilled.
Is Kenny Pickett the problem, or will a change at offensive coordinator propel Pittsburgh's offense? And as he prepares to face Patrick Mahomes, Raiders pass rusher Max Crosby sits down for a film session with Ravens legend Terrell Suggs in the latest NFL Generations. All that and so much more Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Remember, GDM is coming up on Sunday, as Rich just said, before these games, among others. Remember, no Joe Burrow and also no T. Higgins. How about the Jaguars and the Texans? The first
that's gonna be that's the game of the night.
You got the Bills and the Eagles, and then you got the Sunday night game. Steve's Ravens here to face the Chargers. May I remind you, MJD, that back in September, the Texans punched the Jaguars in the mouth in Jacksonville. Why is it going to be different this time?
Yeah, because that was 2 months ago.
Okay.
That's the why it's going to be different. Now, I know the Houston Texans are playing great right now. C.J. Stroud has his team rolling. They're winning their defense. Find a way to get turnovers. Nico Collins, you had Devin Singletary, those guys making plays. But none of that matters.
Why not?
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I'm talking about Travis Etienne. I'm talking about Evan Ingram, Trevor Lawrence, Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, this offensive line. You want me to keep that? Josh Allen. Right, we got a bunch of players there, too. They just got to keep growing. They're young players. They got to keep growing. This is another test, a little adversity we have to face. I can't wait to see these guys go out there and execute. Go Jags.
First place
Duval County.
In the AFC
Duval
South.
County.
Can the Bills make it 2 in a row? We got the Bills going to Philadelphia to take on the 9-1 Eagles. They can be able to slow down Jalen Hurts.
They're not going to be able to slow down Jalen Hurts just because Josh Allen and this offense is sputtering. Right. Jalen Hurts is out there dropping dimes, right? They're not firing all cylinders, but he's still making everything go. And the other part of why I believe the Philadelphia Eagles have the edge is you know exactly who the Philadelphia Eagles are. Do we know who the Buffalo Bills are? Are they a running team? Are they a passing team? Do they believe in strong defense? Or what are they? We don't know. They've changed their identity because they've changed offensive coordinators. Well, all of a sudden, just because you change offensive coordinators like the Washington Commanders, is that all of a sudden going to change that your roof is still leaky and it ain't raining? No, I'm looking. It's drip, but it's not raining.
Right. I can't wait to see it.
I'm just smiling at it. I think it's funny. I'm glad it's not raining. Glad the roof's not leaking.
This roof ain't leaking.
Wasn't raining here today at MetLife. Actually, beautiful
pretty
sunny
outside.
day there, like 50. Nice fall weather for our first ever Black Friday game. Jets, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill had the first touchdown, a 7-yard score. Lovely, handed to the wife. It's 10-0. The Dolphins have a lead. Zach Wilson's the emergency quarterback, only having the emergency conversation there with Aaron Rodgers, and then an emergency here right before the half. When it's 10-6, Tua had been picked off twice.
Yeah.
Like in the last 2 minutes. We might have a game here, except we don't have a game here.
Yeah, Javon Holland breaks it open. Great job of picking the ball off. A lot of times I tell you, knock the ball down. No, I'm going to pick it off and go to the house. I'm trying to score every time I touch the ball. That's his mentality. That's what breaks the game open. Look at the coach. He's like, I'm so glad he didn't knock the ball down.
I'm going to run to the locker room before they change their mind.
Exactly.
It was a 99-yard return. And then Raheem Mostert gets into the end zone. His second score of the night. Why the long face? 34-13. Dolphins for now, the #1 seed in the AFC. Coming up next on NFL Game Day Finals, Mercedes-Benz postgame show, we will hear from that man, the guy that you used to coach when he was but a Ute.
Yeah.
Javon Holland.
16, 17 years old,
Coming up
man.
next.
He got better when he left you, though.
I tried to get him to UCLA. He didn't want to go.
Tommy John is for men who value themselves and their comfort, who want fabrics that are lightweight, breathable, and insanely soft, with stay-put waistbands that adapt for the perfect fit. 360-degree stretch prevents ride-up and supports any move you make, and mind-blowing innovations like our Quick Draw Fly. We've also reinvented loungewear. Yeah, loungewear. You can trust our thousands of 5-star reviews, because Tommy John knows how comfortable you want to be.
Go to TommyJohn.com and get 30% off site-wide.
flushes.
What's up, champ? I feel like you get taller every time I see you. Congratulations,
I would say that we're closer than the average mother-daughter.
Hi, Mom.
If I lost my mom, I can't think about that for too long. I was like, whoa, Mom, I have this gene.
Kenzie's test and me being able to find out that I was BRCA positive was life-saving.
The holidays wouldn't be worth celebrating without my family.
it a good one. Make it a good one. Could be 1 in a million. So make it a good one.
So now the Jets will get one snap from midfield. And they will line up with Tim Boyle. He'll take the shotgun snap at midfield, buying some time. Steps up, lets it go. It's a jump ball all the way down at the goal line, and that's intercepted for Miami. On the return, and running it to the 40-yard line is Javon Holland. He's at the 50, cuts it back at the Jet 40, has a crease all the way down to the 15. He's at the 10, 5, into the end zone for a Dolphin touchdown. The Jets throw a Hail Mary, and Javon Holland picked it off at the goal line and weaved his way through all of the Jets offensive players and was able to score with no time on the clock.
I seen all linemen, and I seen Christian and Zach and all those guys, so I knew how to lead blockers for the big guys, so I just needed to find my little crease. Boom. Then I seen Christian handle the running back. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm good. Then it was just me and the quarterback, and unfortunately, I had to take his ankles, so yes, sir.
He's watched a ton of Ed Reed tape, and that was very reminiscent of Ed Reed for sure. So that was a cool moment that I think nobody on this team that was on the field will forget that particular play, and that's pretty special when you're talking about. It'll probably be the first play that people think of when you think back to this game. So it was a big-time play and something that our team needed.
You're not going to forget it if you're a Jets fan, much like you're not going to forget the butt fumble.
Yow!
Because that was a Thanksgiving thing. It was Thanksgiving night back in 2012. You're not going to forget the butt fumble when Mark Sanchez ran right into the derriere. Is that Nick Mangold's rear he ran into?
No, it's Brandon Moore?
Brandon Moore?
Oh.
Either way.
That's terrible.
Would you like to compare and contrast? More embarrassing play for the Jets. Is that actually the topic bar? We're going to put that up. Yep.
That's not good.
Which one? The Hail Mary or the butt fumble?
Because the Hail Mary, you're just trying to take a shot. The butt fumble, the quarterback goes the wrong way, then tries to turn around and, you know, the rest is history.
So you vote butt fumble?
Yes.
Steve?
I'm not getting involved in that.
Why?
Smart.
Because I choose not to.
Okay.
Yeah. Nope, you're not getting me on camera.
I think it's worse because the quarterback went to USC.
I'm still not getting involved. Nope.
I'm going to take the butt fumble. The return's a return. Whatever. It's a great.
You're a Cleveland fan. You don't have any right.
Give Javon Holland his credit. Hey, man, I am doing my job. The question was more embarrassing play, today's Hail Mary or 2012's butt fumble.
Yeah, I love the Hail Mary.
So happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
To you and yours.
Thank you for watching the NFL Game Day Final Mercedes-Benz post-game show.
At Domino's, we know life doesn't always go as planned, which is why we're giving you a free pizza.
Joy.
Thanks. emergency pizza to use when you need it most. Here you go.
Thank you.
No matter the reason, Domino's has you covered.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Get your emergency pizza to use in the future when you order Domino's online.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You clock in for happy hours, late nights, regulars. Because you don't just carry kegs, you carry the night. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
You know you don't have to wear your PT gear anymore, right?
It's comfortable.
So how's civilian life treating you?
It's fine.
When I got out, I didn't want to admit that there was anything wrong because it felt like a failure. And then I realized, like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So I started talking to someone. Maybe you are fine. But if you're not, it's okay.
Thank you.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
When the details take precedence, the rest falls perfectly into place. We strip away everything but the essential. And what we're left with are thoughtful bedrooms for modern living. Thuma.
Introducing the All-Pro Passer Robotic Quarterback. Just pump, press, and pass. Slam, post, short, long. All-Pro Passer has 9 different passing zones so you can run hundreds of plays. And it can launch the ball over 25 yards. It's perfect for any park or backyard. You can get your All-Pro Passer and a TV bonus sticker sheet for $49.99 plus $8.99 processing and handling. Batteries not included. Must be 18 or older to order. Only from NSI.
We all know what it's like to feel alone. But it just takes one new connection. Want to get out of here? To empower many.
This is unbelievable.
It doesn't take a superhero to bring forces together. We all have the power to reach out.
Let's go!
And help someone feel like they belong.
Pretty cool, huh?
We are stronger together.
The Pro Bowl games are taking over Orlando with the league's best and you.
What a catch!
Be there for the ultimate flag football showdown.
That's my cool.
Plus, skills competitions.
Come on!
Star appearances and unforgettable fan moments. Be a part of the action all weekend long.
That's my cool.
The Pro Bowl games, presented by Verizon. Sunday, February 4th. Get your tickets now.
Beautiful day in the Meadowlands. Jets will get the ball. Miami won the toss. They've deferred. Jason Sanders to kick off. Xavier Gipson back to receive for New York. And off we go on Black Friday from the Meadowlands, starting at the 25-yard line. And immediately we will see the new Jets quarterback, Tim Boyle. Went to Connecticut for 3 years, college football, then went to Eastern Kentucky for 1. Been around in Green Bay for 3 years, backed up Aaron Rodgers, went to Detroit, played 3 games when Jared Goff got hurt, went to Chicago at the end of last year, came here, and here he is. Something new, something different. Can he give them a spark? Breece Hall is the running back. And he goes nowhere against that Dolphin defense. That's Bradley Chubb right there making the stop. We were talking to Robert Saleh about the quarterback change and all of that. He says, hey, maybe he's the next Kurt Warner. They can only pray.
Yeah, exactly. I think for fans that aren't familiar with him, and many aren't, he brings poise. I think what you saw last week is when he throw the ball, one of the problems with Zach Wilson is he held the ball too long. A lot of sacks, a lot of turnovers. I think tonight it's just about cleaning things up, and when they do throw, get the ball out of his hands, especially against this Dolphins defense.
So the Jets now backup quarterbacks on the sideline. Nice run here out to the 32-yard line. Setting up a 3rd down and 2. And Jerome Baker is a little slow in arising and hops back to the defensive huddle. 3rd down.
Think about this. This is an offense that has scored 1 touchdown in the last 46 possessions. So for Tim Boyle tonight, it's, again, showing poise and making good decisions.
So Aaron Rodgers on the sideline.
Let's go, Oklahoma!
Going to do a lot of the Jets games since the injury. 3rd and 2. They go no huddle here. And we've got a flag and a free play
and the pass is caught up at the 37-yard line. So either way, they were going to wind up with a first down here because Bradley Chubb came across the line.
Yeah, showing that experience with Aaron Rodgers. You know, they used that hard count at a great time there on 3rd down and short.
So with Aaron, he was in Green Bay 3 years. 2 of those with Nathaniel Hackett, who's his offensive coordinator now with the Jets. John Hussey is our referee.
Offside. Defense, number 92. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
And honestly, I think that's why he's on the roster. You know, Nathaniel Hackett's background and experience with him in those couple years in Green Bay and his familiarity with the scheme. That's the thing that I think will be different to fans watching is he has command of the offense because of his time in Green Bay. He's a guy that even when he was the 3rd guy this year, he's showing up at 6 in the morning, always prepping and always showing up and doing the right thing.
And speaks glowingly of his time with Rodgers. Play action, pass is high and incomplete there, intended for Jeremy Ruckert. So for Boyle, there they are in Green Bay. You know, it's funny because you look at, and again, another shot, Rodgers, Hackett, and Boyle. We told you before, went to Connecticut, and his statistics in college were awful. The other day, in his words, he said, they're piss poor, and they're worse than that. But he got a chance.
He had a great pro day, he said. Green Bay happened to be there, and they invited him in.
They did. Breece Hall is the running back, and he gets corralled behind the line of scrimmage. Jalen Phillips, number 15, is right there. The Dolphin defense, which, of course, was paling in comparison to the offense early in the season, but now really starting to come on.
Yeah, Vic Fangio, one thing you always think about is having great outside linebackers, and he's got Chubb on one side and Phillips on the other, and we always equate great outside backers in this scheme with their ability to rush the quarterback. But Vic Fangio quickly to point out how good these guys are at setting that edge. A great example there by Phillips.
So 5 wide, including Dalvin Cook, who is in the game. 4-man rush. Boyle throws, caught up at the 40-yard line, but well shy of the first down. Garrett Wilson making the catch there. So they picked up a first down off the penalty and now have to punt.
Keep in mind, we're going to talk so much about Boyle, but Robert Saw also talking to us on the field before the game. This offensive line, and we'll talk more about it. It has been, you know, a revolving door, having their 8th different offensive line combination today. So when they get in 3rd and long, they're in big trouble protecting the quarterback.
Thomas Morstead, 14th year in the league. Most of those with the Saints early on. Braxton Berrios to run it back. Fair catch called for, made 15-yard line, and that's where the Miami Dolphins will start their first drive with Tua Tagovailoa coming out. 3 minutes in on this day after Thanksgiving at the Meadowlands.
Listen, we know things don't quite add up right now. Inflation is down. Rent is up. Well, when the cost of living is high, we find new ways to go low. We've lowered the price on hundreds of your favorite IKEA products. Designing something beautiful is easy. Designing something beautiful with great quality for a low price, that's a different story. It's why we're here. That's a promise, not a promo.
Alice loves the scent of Gain so much, she wished there was a way to make it last longer. Say hello to your fairy godmother, Alice. And long-lasting Gain scent beads, part of the irresistible scent